bluest of balls. Fucking. No. Fucking. This race. Okay, so. Why? Why did they revert to 2016 officiating for just this race? You know, of all the things to revert from 2016, of all the things that you could have reverted to, it had to be the officiating, which was objectively the worst part about 2016. It was the worst part about 2017. It was the best part about 2018, except for Homestead. Fucking, for God's sake, dude. I just don't understand why it's got to be such a complicated process when it comes to this shit, okay? So that was shaping up to be the race of the year. And then they had to fuck it up. And then they had to fuck it up several times. Thank you, Ryan Newman's pit crew, for just not being good at your job, you know? Because half that's not even their fault, because that was going to be a caution no matter what, but every time that's happened in recent memory, they let the race play out, they let the cycle go through till everyone's pit, and then they throw the caution. Because apparently what happened at Martinsville in 2016 was such a fucking atrocity. Just, oh man, we'll never let that happen again. Oh, and then they let it happen again. And then the lineup for that restart was completely fucking dog shit stupid because of it. Did you don't think I forgot that? And then. So after that, I mean, that's not the worst thing that could have happened. I mean, if they just let that go through and then the caution comes out and they can put away the damn tire, and then they just, you can just move on with our lives and have a restart there. But no, they had to do it in the middle of the fucking cycle, so that ruined several drivers' races. Yeah, so that's lovely. So then the next thing happens. Blaney body slams the wall, knows he has a tire going down, but apparently it's just a Penske thing to stay out on the track when you have a tire going down. So then he brought out a caution for that after the battle between the 9 and 88 didn't increase to more than, a half a second for that entire run? Some of the best racing up front that we've seen in this package. And then Blaney fucks it up by just not pitting. I mean, at least say what you want about Kyle Busch. At least he pit when he had a tire going down. And then we didn't have a fucking caution for that. Oh, man. What are the odds of that? It's almost as if you should have fucking pit Blaney. And then the end of the race happened, and it looked like Bowman's race was over. He might have had a shot of dumb shit happen, because, dumb shit could happen in any race. But it looked like Jones was going to drive down Keselowski, and they were going to have a fantastic battle. No. The Bandana was going to blow up. And even though he got off the track immediately as he blew up, they're going to still throw the caution anyway. Setting up for a green-white checkered, a.k.a. the worst way to end a race that hasn't been good since what? I don't remember the last good overtime finish. Was because the 2012 Fall Talladega race was not a green-white checkered. It was technically a restart with 3 to go, right? I'm not remembering that wrong. Because otherwise, there hasn't been a good overtime finish since the 2010 Daytona 500. So that's awesome. And lo and behold, the race was over immediately and it wasn't even over when the green flag waved, because Keselowski jumped the restart and they didn't do shit about it because this is NASCAR we're talking about and their rules only apply in certain conditions. So yeah, that's wonderful basically. Just fantastic. I mean, it doesn't take away from the fact that Keselowski's still one of the best drivers of this generation. That doesn't take anything away from that. It does take away from the quality of this finish. That race was a solid 8 out of 10 race until that finich, and they just had to go and fuck it all up. Why don't we talk about something that was good? Why don't we talk about the truck race? Because Jesus fucking Christ, that was the best. That's race of the year in all three series so far. Wow. Wow, the truck race was good. Wow, the truck race was good. Yeah, because really wish I really wish that I made a truck race video specifically last night while it was still, fresh and we weren't coming off of stupid shit. What a good fucking race from start to finish, dude. Like, the first stage wasn't amazing, but it was kind of, setting the tone, right? It was setting the tone that there was gonna be some good battles between several drivers, and it was going to be a real slobber knocker to the finish. What I'm surprised by is that the finish was as good as it was, because it was starting to look like the spring Las Vegas truck race from last season, which was the best race of the Truck Series season last year at the end, because it was I say it was better than the Las Vegas race, and I'm not even saying that because Busch won, because it felt like you could pass. It felt like if you had the proper truck underneath you, you could pass, as opposed to the Las Vegas race, which I think it was just a matter of it was kind of like a modern plate race in the sense that the leader does have a huge advantage. And I'd say that's the same problem that the actual Kansas Cup race had that we just watched, because there's no excuse that Bowman should have led the 20 laps that he spent out ahead of Keselowski that he spent there at the end, because it was the exact same problem that Fall Kansas had, is that people drove him down from several seconds, and not in this case because of the restarts, but they probably would have driven him down, except they probably wouldn't have, because you saw before Newman's pit crew decided to ruin the race, before that happened, Bowman was actually pulling away. Like, this race right here, I think, is the turning point. Like, a lot of people are going to say that last week at Dover was a turning point, but it was definitely this week. This week is what's going to change him. Now, I know he's going to take a hit in the confidence sector due to not winning this race, because this was a race that he should have won several times over. I didn't, obviously. I just flipped between the two races, I just realized. But yeah, this was a race that he genuinely had in the bag. He had the car to win. Now, we're going to Charlotte next, so we are going to the Coke 600 next. And I don't know. I don't know what to think about that, because I can't remember how Texas went. I think Texas was just the least memorable race ever. The only thing that I remember from the Texas weekend is me winning in iRacing. That's good. That's good. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. But the truck race was great. You could actually pass with this package this time around. They haven't really changed the package in trucks for a while, just besides the engines, really. They haven't really touched the bodies even. It's just like a new Chevy body this year, I'm pretty sure, is all that's changed from last year. And it was great. It was great from start to finish, like I've said like 5 times now. Because you could pass. And like and how it ended, like, that's really what it was. I think that if the race went green to the end, from the what was supposed to be the last pit stop under green, if it went green to the end from there, it still would have been probably the race of the year, because Friesen would have still ran out. But not even that. I think that this is one thing I want to mention, that Enfinger could have driven him down, but so there was a post-race thing between Moffitt and Enfinger, and I've noticed this since, like, excuse you. For fuck's sake. This is like some horror movie level shit right here. There we go. Oh, the scary killer X killer in the back seat. Oh! You know what? That would be a good... You know what? I know that that's going to happen after 10 minutes now. Oh, yeah. There you go. I know that would be good horror movie scene, but now that said that, it's obviously everyone's gonna know that it's coming, so I'm gonna have to wait like 3 years. That's great. That's great news. That's great fucking news. Anyway, so yeah, Moffitt and Enfinger. I've noticed that they race each other very hard. I've noticed it since the spring Martinsville race last year, because they raced each other extremely hard in that race, and they raced each other extremely hard in this year's Martinsville race. And then Moffitt just kind of fucking no talented it this time. I mean, that was just sad. He had a chance to win, and instead he just wrecked himself and Enfinger. So that was lovely, lovely of you to do, Brett. That was extremely good. Thank you for that. Yeah, but how that set up for the finish was just. I mean, I said it on Twitter that the Truck Series package is what NASCAR wants the Cup Series package, and the Cup Series package isn't quite there yet, cause they can't pass, as evidenced by Keselowski versus Bowman, because that was a long battle that shouldn't have even taken any time at all. And it's the same problem that the fall Kansas race from last year had, is that you could have driven him down from that distance, but when you get there, you can't do shit because of clean air. Thank you, NASCAR, for making the splitter bigger. You fucking idiots. Stop it. Oh my god. Speaking of the splitter, that should be taken out of the Truck Series as well. Thank you, Natalie Decker. Thank you for your absolute no talent, showing once again why the splitter should go away, but they'll never do anything about it because the splitter should have gone away the second that they put it on. But they'll never do it because NASCAR's fucking stupid and they just won't fix the problems. They'll just create more problems. They'll just think that they're fixing one problem when it instead creates 3 more problems in its place. Because NASCAR is run by complete fucking monkeys. So yeah, truck race was great. I don't even need to mention who won. I don't even need to mention that it was that who won made the race good, because anyone winning that race would have been fucking great, because that was a great race from start to goddamn finish. I would watch that 5 times over, especially over the Cup Series. But then again, this was going to be race of the year in Cup until they decided to completely fuck it up by ruining the finish. Next week's the All-Star race. Yay! Trucks are racing though, so thankfully something that actually matters is going to happen this weekend. So bare minimum on that home front. But in any case, yeah, it's just fucking disappointing like always that a great race had potential to be a race that defied expectations. And you see, the thing is, I really don't think that the race was that amazing. I don't really think that the race was that amazing, because Kansas has always had this kind of racing where people race each other and they absolutely dive bomb each other on the front stretch in the little trioval thing. They've had that at Kansas since at least 2017. Last year, they did pretty much all of the same moves in the middle of the field that we saw all race long in the trioval. So this isn't unusual behavior for Kansas. It's just they still can't pass for the lead out front, and did I have another point besides that? Is it really just they just still can't pass out front? I think that really is the extent of it at this point. Oh, and if the officiating could fucking get their shit together, that would also be very helpful. Maybe they'll take the win away from Keselowski in inspection. At this point, I really don't give a shit. I'm tired. I just want to watch Corbin race trucks again, but knowing how things have gone thus far, he probably won't be at Charlotte. He'll probably race again next at, like, fucking Bristol or something, and then have a really shitty truck and run 13 laps down again like last year. So, really, there's just nothing to look forward to at this point besides the sweet embrace, the sweet, loving embrace of old Grim Reaper. So yeah, what a fun way to end this race. I mean, race review note. What a fun note to end this on. I'm fucking tired, but I have to go to work in an hour. So fuck me. Yeah. And I missed Formula E, but one guy led the entire race, but he did only win by about 0.2 of a second, so it might have been a good race, but I don't actually know if it was a good race or not. There's supposed to be a K&N West doubleheader going on right now, but instead, the fucking gods, racing gods, have refused us once again, and we have been doomed to an eternity of fucking torrential downpours. Maybe, if we are lucky, they will delay both of those races to tomorrow so that we actually have something to do tomorrow. Because I'm sure Mother's Day is a thing that's happening, but I'm sure I'll be left out of the festivities, so whatever. I'm not a mother, if you didn't know. Me and Tails have not have a child yet, so afraid I'm not a mother yet, so that's unfortunate. But in any case, yeah, this was a race of the year potential ruined because of the finish, just like last week. Not last week, Talladega. Just like Talladega, race of the year potential ruined by the finish. And yeah, the splitter still sucks ass. They should still take off the tapered spacer and shave like 2 inches off the spoiler. But beyond that, same thing that I've been saying for the past 4 years. Just take off the fucking splitter. It's that easy. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. This has been a video that actually got some mileage out of it. I really didn't even talk about, what actually made the truck race good, apart from the fact that I just kept saying that it was good. So that's great. That's really awesome. Just getting the objective facts on this channel, like always. So let's let that axe murderer come in and get me. Ah!